Welcome to the 7th lecture of Economics and Management. In today's lecture, we are going to talk about time series analysis. In time series analysis, there are three sub-methods. First is trend analysis, second is regression method, and third is leading indicator method. We will talk about these three methods one by one. But before starting this, there are few components of time series analysis. So let's talk about it. There are few components of time series analysis. First is average, second is trend, third is seasonality, fourth is cyclicity, fifth is random fluctuation, and then we will talk about one concept known as autocorrelation. So keep in mind that autocorrelation is not a component of time series analysis, it is a different concept. Now we will talk about all these components one by one. So what happens in time series analysis, or what happens in time series? In time series, we are going to consider one variable x. Okay, we are going to consider one variable x, and we are going to take values of this variable at different time periods. For example, we are having t as a time, so value of t will be 1, 2, 3, likewise up to n. Now the values of x will be changing as x1, x2, x3, likewise xn. It means that at time t1 the value of x is x1, at time t2 value of x is x2, at time t3 value of x is x3, and at time n value of x is xn, and this is known as a discrete time series. So we will write it in short as xt, where t equals to 1, 2 up to n, and this is known as discrete time series. Discrete time series. Okay, I hope you understand it. Now let's say we have taken x as a variable. So at y-axis there is x, and at x-axis there is a t, that is time. Now in this case I will write it here as xt. In this case, let's say x is your demand variable. X is your demand variable. Why we are taking x as a demand variable? Why we are not taking x as a sales variable? Because we are talking about demand forecasting. So let's say x is your demand variable. Now let's say value of x is constant as time changes. Value of x is constant as time changes. So in this case, though the value of t is changing, the value of x is constant. But this is a very ideal situation and it doesn't happen. So what happens is that here xt, that is demand variable, and t is your time. So there are fluctuating values of demand. There are fluctuating values of demand. So at time t here the value of demand is this, at time t here value of demand is this, at time t here value of demand is this. Means the value of demand is not constant, but in this case we are taking average. We are taking average value. So this is known as average. We are taking average value. So we are going to consider that this is a constant and it is a average value, and whatever values around this average value is known as noise. So average plus noise, or we can say error. So this is the concept of average. Now next is, this is second case. Now third case. So third case is again xt, that is demand variable, t is a time period. Now the value So in this case, the value of demand is like this. The value of demand is like this. As time changes, the value of demand changes in this way. So again, this is the noise, or we can say this is error. These all are changing values of demand, and we are going to take average of it. But if you see this graph carefully, there is one trend. And the trend is what? The value of demand is increases. The value of demand is increases. So we can say this slope shows the trend. So trend, right, plus we are taking average, right? We are taking average value of changing demand. So average plus these values of noise, or we can say error, plus error. So this is known as a trend. There is some trend we are seeing. What is trend in this case? The value of demand is increases as time increasing. It is not increasing in a constant manner, but it is increasing. There are some error values, and we are taking average of changing demand. So in this case, trend plus average plus error. Now next is again xt, demand variable, time t. So what happens in this case? Okay, so in this case also we are taking average of increasing demand. So there is average plus there is trend. There is some trend we are seeing, that the trend is increasing, means at some point the demand is increased, at some point the demand is decreased, again at some point demand is increased, and at some point demand is decreased. So there is trend. And if you see carefully, there are cycles, right? There are some cycles. At this point the demand is increased, at this point demand is decreased, at this point demand is increased, and at this point demand is decreased. So there is a seasonality, means in this season the demand is increased, in this season of time period the demand is decreased, and in this season of time period again demand is increased, and again in this season demand is decreased. So there is a seasonality. So if you talk about this particular example, let me give you example in case of sweaters or woolen cloths. In winter season, or we can say this time period is a winter season. So in winter season the demand for woolen cloths get increases. Again in summer season the demand for woolen cloths decreases. Again when winter season came, the again demand for woolen cloths increases, and again when summer season comes the demand for woolen cloths decreases. And if you think on it, there is a fixed time period between summer season and winter season. After some fixed time the summer season comes, and after some fixed time the winter season comes. So in seasonality the time period is same. So this is known as seasonality. There is average, there is a trend, and there is a seasonality. And there can be some error values, right? There can be some error values. No graph is perfect. In every graph there are some error values and there are some noise. Noise means error value. So there is noise, or we can say error. So this is a graph for seasonality. Now next is a cyclicity. Let's say there is again x is a demand variable, t is a time. So what happens, sometimes the demand value changes like this, right? So at time, let's say T1, the demand value is this much. At time T2, the demand value get decreased. Again at time T3, the demand value get increased. So if you see carefully, there are cycles which are changing from high value to the low value. But the thing is that the time span between two increased value and decreased value of demand, that is this time span, is not same as this time span. So these two time spans are different. So this is the difference between cyclicity and seasonality. This is known as a cyclicity. In seasonality, what happens, this time span is same, that is after some particular time uh, the time gets repeated, means after summer, after fixed time, the winter and summer gets repeated. So this time span is same in seasonality, but this time span is different in cyclicity. So we can give example of business cycle. For example, at some point the business will be at its highest value, but after 2 to 4 years, let's say in this case 2 to 4 years, the business get declined, or after again 1 to 2 years the business will get increased. So this happens in case of business cycles. So this is known as a cyclicity. In this case also there is a trend, plus we are going to take average, plus there are some error values, right, there are some error values, so plus error and cyclicity, that is after some time the values get repeated but the time span is not same. So what is use of these components of time series analysis? Using these components we can predict the future value. If you know what is the trend, what is the average value, what is the error, how the trend is whether the demand trend is increasing or whether the demand trend is increasing, what is the average value, on the basis of that we can predict the future value of the demand. Now we will talk about autocorrelation. Autocorrelation. So autocorrelation is a concept in which, as we know, we are taking a single variable in time series analysis, that is x, and we are going to check its values as per changing time, that is at time t1 what will be the value of x, at time t2 what will be the value of x, at time t3 what will be the value of x, and at time tn what will be the value of x. So what is the meaning of autocorrelation? Autocorrelation means the relationship of xt with xt minus 1. The relationship of xt with xt minus 1 means the present relationship of demand with the previous value of demand. Again, the relationship of xt minus 1 with xt minus 2 means the at time t minus 1 what is the demand and how it is related to the demand which is present at time t minus 2. Again, what is the relationship of x t minus 3 t minus 2 with x t minus 3. So at time t minus 2 what is the value of x and how it is related to the value of x at t minus 3. So this is known as a autocorrelation. So for today we will stop here. In next lecture we will talk about regression method. Thank you so much.